Hi, I'm Yegi. I'm an entrepreneur and success coach who wants it all. Family, luxury, career, and the freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I want. And I'll do whatever it takes to get there. I created the Yegi Project to document my journey and inspire others to do the same. My mission is to change the world by influencing and leading others to do what they love and live fulfilled lives. Hello. Welcome back to the Yegi Project. In today's episode, we are going to highlight a local business for you. So what I found is that hearing about local entrepreneurs and business owners who are just like you and me, but started a business out of passion is super inspiring. So I decided that maybe in some of the episodes, we can highlight a local business and you guys can give me your feedback and let me know what you think. If you guys really love this, my goal is to also get the business owners on our podcast, interview them, and give you guys more insight. Let me tell you guys some quick updates. So some crazy thing that I did today. And again, I want to inspire everybody to be a little bit crazy. So I'm going to share with you. I decided to just book a flight to New York and hopefully have it lead to a Euro trip for my family next week. Just decided to do it out of the blue. I really wanted to do an Italy trip. I think I talked about this in a previous episode. Something in me just wanted to be like in a village in Italy and just really like USA. I don't know what the right word is. So anyways, I started thinking about a lot of the reasons. Well, there was always a lot of reasons why I shouldn't book this trip at this current time. But this morning I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. We're going to make our first stop New York because that would break up our flight. We don't want a long flight with the kids. And then we'll go from there. If everything's going fine and working out, then we'll book our next flight to Paris and then to Italy to break up the flight, and then we'll see what happens. So I decided to do something spontaneous. I've been restudying the law of attraction and really like thinking abundantly. So this is like my test to myself that I'm just gonna do it, hoping everything is gonna be fine. So I'll tell you guys more about that later, or make sure you're following the Yegi Project Instagram. I'm gonna try to be more active so you guys can see a lot of behind the scenes. Because like I said, I do want to inspire everybody to live to their fullest in their personal and in their business life or work life. Let me go ahead and talk about the business we chose. So the business we chose is local here in Burbank, California. It was literally walking distance from my business. So we decided to stop by and check it out. So this business is called Random Acts of Breadness. They've been in business for about 2 years or a little bit over 2 years, and they are doing great. So what is Random Acts of Breadness, right? Or Breadness for short. What I found really interesting about this business was that they are just selling bread, and they are not even just a bread shop where they have multiple types of bread and bakery, which you normally see. They only have 2 types of sourdough bread, and that's what they specialize in. They have their original sourdough country loaf, which is their sourdough bread, and then they have a cinnamon raisin maple pecan sourdough, which is on the sweeter side. And they love to recommend this pecan bread to be used in French toast. So we thought, hey, let's go check them out. First, let's see what it's all about, just to paint a better picture of what their business model is. And what I found really cool was the price point of each bread. So at our local market, even at a nicer place like Whole Foods, the sourdough average price is between $5 to $8, but they are selling their sourdough for about $16, so about more than double the price. And then their pecan sourdough, they're selling about at $23, so it's almost, again, at least double the price of a nice different market nearby. But they are doing great. They are thriving. When we walked in, and again, this is, of course, my opinion and what we saw when we just decided to walk in on a day that they were open. So when we walked in, it was beautiful to kind of get greeted with a smile. The staff was very friendly, very family-like. They gave samples of everything that they have to offer. Oh, and I did say they just have these 2 types of breads, but they do also sell or resell local products like olive tapenade, oil, vinegar, some jams, and it was really nice pairing them with the bread that they have to offer. And again, I'm just sharing this as a amazing business idea or a model or inspiration for you entrepreneurs out there. I just want you guys to see that there's no limit in the type of business that you can operate in and be happy and successful. So genuinely, again, I'm a huge believer of following your heart and doing what you love and finding a way to make money with that. Another thing I wanted to highlight as well is they are open only 3 days a week, their physical location, but they do also take orders online. So they are open half days like Friday, Saturdays, and then I think all day Sunday. So again, we don't have to be limited to, hey, if I own a business, I need to work or be physically at my location 7 days a week. And I think that's a limitation that a lot of entrepreneurs have. They think they're not going to have a life if they have a business. But the beauty of it is that you can do what you want. And honestly, people will accept your business the way you presented. As long as you're giving your customer a quality service or a product that is equal or more than the fair price that you're asking for. So I think that's also one of the rules of money or getting rich or doing well in business is you want to make sure you're offering more than you're asking for. So if somebody is going to get so much more value out of the money that they pay you compared to the cost, then that's going to be a success. So when you purchase a book that's worth $10, the raw material of that book might not be worth $10, like the paper and the ink itself. But the value you're getting, the things you're learning from that book is way more valuable than $10. Like that, you are not wronging your customer or you are not wronging the person who's paying you that money for the service or the item. So I truly believe if you believe in your product or your service and you genuinely are giving more than you're asking for, you are ultimately going to get rich or be successful with your business. A few other things I want to use as an example that the Breadness business does, and I found very valuable in a business, was they found a way to kind of stand out and give that human touch. So when we went in to sample products, not only they took the time and they had no idea who we were, and we were also going to do a podcast on them. We just literally stopped by and they treated us so well. So their customer service was really nice. They gave us the time and dedication of trying new products, not pushing to sell anything. And literally there was people lined out the door waiting to get their very expensive bread. So another cool backstory, actually, the way the owner, because we ran into the owner too and briefly had a conversation for 5 minutes, the way that he started this business was almost out of the whim. So he was baking bread, and I believe it was during COVID or around that time, because his business has been around about 2 years now. And he's actually a music producer, songwriter, engineer, and that's his like main way of making money, or was. And he actually started baking bread for fun and as a hobby. And that he was giving them away. He was giving them away to whoever he knew within his circle. And everybody was like, hey, you know, we would pay for this. It tastes really good. And that led into him having an actual brick and mortar business. And they also sell online too if you want to try them out and you're not super local. So I highly recommend trying it out. One last thing I want to mention that they did, and I found it really nice, and I think you can incorporate within your business, is the little cards they gave us. So for each of their product, they gave us a card that explains the ingredients. It explains like how to store them, what they're about, the benefits of it. So I would like to close off with the slogan that they're using to make bread good again, right? So they're saying making it safe to eat bread bread again. And I love this. I think this is genius because people like me who love bread have been more turned off, or I kind of feel guilty every time I eat so much bread because there's so much info out there that carbs and bread is so bad for you and we should try to avoid it or cut it down. But they are using something different to go against that. And they're marketing it as organic, lectin-free, and gluten neutral. So a quick summary of what we learned from the Breadness business model is: 1, you don't have to price your products low just because everybody else is pricing it at a certain point. You can price it where it fits right based on the value you're providing for your customers. 2, you don't have to be stuck 24/7 at a brick and mortar location in order to be an entrepreneur or run a business. 3, it is okay to keep things simple. Sometimes overthinking it and having too many varieties of products or even extravagant packaging or any other thing that's extra is unnecessary. The random Acts of Breadness literally had their breads in a Ziploc bag with their logo sticker on there. And that did not deter me away from paying the high ticket price for their item. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you want to see some clips of the business and our experience of tasting things, we will share more on our social media. So go check out the Yegi Project on Instagram and TikTok, and I hope to connect there. And don't forget to like, subscribe. This is how we can grow our podcast and get amazing guests and businesses and examples for you guys to learn and grow from. Thank you again. Bye. Thank you for listening. Please rate and review this podcast. Follow and engage with us on social media under the Yegi Project. And if you're interested in being a guest, email info@theyegiproject.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes.